Empaths are considerate and understanding, and probably won't like to admit that they don't like certain people. But, just like with anyone else, dislikes happen. Generally, if an empath takes a dislike to you, it will be because of the way you make them feel. They pick up on things that you hide, and they observe everything you don't say. Basically, your energy speaks louder than your words. Unfortunately, most people manage to cause a negative emotional response within an empath at some point, and it is often the kindest of people who carry the most pain. But that isn't what makes an empath not like someone. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the top 5 reasons why an empath might dislike you. 1. You have narcissistic traits. The definition of a narcissist is a psychological condition characterized by self-preoccupation, high self-esteem, a distinct lack of empathy, excessive self-admiration, and a tendency towards selfish or resentful behaviors. Empaths usually have a low tolerance for narcissists and their ways, especially if they ever had a bad run-in with one. So, even if you carry a few of the above traits, you may find an empath will take an instant dislike to you. 2. Your vibes don't match your words. When an empath comes across fake people, or those who are hiding their true personality, it is common for them to close down. A barrier comes up and there's no getting past it. Anyone who is not being truthful will put an empath on high alert. This impact can ignite an instant dislike to form, and the empath may avoid spending time in your presence. 3. You wallow in negativity. Many empaths come to realize that when they spend time around negative individuals, they feel cloudy, lethargic, and low. Too often, the empath ends up wearing the energy of these people for days after exposure. Also, those who wallow in negativity can act as energy vampires to an empath. They drain their energy. For this reason, many empaths find a dislike develops for those who are overly negative. 4. You constantly criticize others. Most empaths dislike being in the presence of people who are constantly criticizing others. Those who appear to thrive on seeking out flaws and faults in people are toxic to an empath. Being highly empathetic to another's suffering, an empath will always look out for anyone who's being bullied or treated unfairly. So, if anyone is stealing the light from another, in order to feed their own, they will gain an empath's disapproval. 5. You act as a trauma trigger. When someone acts as a trauma trigger to an empath, it does not mean they are bad people. It can simply mean they carry a lot of buried pain within. Because an empath has a highly reactive amygdala, they are adversely impacted when around those who act as a trauma trigger. The amygdala is a part of the brain that stimulates the stress hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol, when exposed to stimuli such as fear or strong emotions. Simply being in the presence of someone who is suffering, emotionally, is enough to ignite an amygdala reaction in an empath. This amygdala reaction can then activate fearful or pained emotions. In these cases, an empath may not know why they don't like you, they just know they don't like being in your company. So, there you go. If as an empath you are watching this as a way to understand why you don't like certain people, then hopefully this will have given you some insight. If, however, you have been spurned by an empath, and don't know why, hopefully it will have done the same for you. It has to be an accepted truth that we all have people who don't like us, for whatever reason. We are not meant for everyone. And that's okay. If you want to learn more about empath life, then please like and subscribe. Each week I will be adding new content to this channel. Or visit my blog where there are hundreds of posts written to help an empath. Thanks for watching.